In the distant future, Earth is facing a major problem with overpopulation. To plan for the worst-case scenario of our ecosystem failing, humans decide to transform Mars into a habitable planet. This process, known as terraforming, begins by introducing simple life forms like moss to increase the planet's temperature and make it more like Earth. Genetically modified cockroaches are sent to spread the moss across Mars's surface. Fast forward to the year 2597 in Tokyo, where two criminals named Komachi and Nanao are being pursued by the police. Despite their efforts to escape, they are eventually caught. Just as the police close in on them, a futuristic vehicle appears and lands nearby, carrying Dr. Honda and his assistant. They offer Komachi and Nanao a chance to be part of the Mars colonization mission, where their task is to eliminate the now unnecessary cockroach colonies on the planet's surface. In exchange, Dr. Honda promises to pardon their crimes. The duo accepts the offer. 2 years later, after training, Nanao and Komachi, along with other criminals, are aboard a spaceship called Bugs 2 on their way to Mars. Nanao doubts the abilities of their team, composed of thugs and criminals. As they discuss this, Captain Keisuke Dojima announces that they are about to land on Mars. The captain instructs everyone to prepare for landing. Once they touch down, they notice that Mars no longer has its red appearance. Instead, it resembles Earth with its green moss. Lieutenant Mina activates a device to eliminate the cockroaches, and the captain assigns teams of 2 to assess the eradication progress. They plan to regroup in 3 hours and choose their team members. One team member, Asuka, insists on being paired with the group's computer specialist, Ichiro, causing some surprise. The captain agrees to the request to avoid conflicts. The team's drones locate another ship named Bugs 1, which was sent 10 years prior. Captain Dojima contacts Dr. Honda to inform him that they are ready for the initial contact. The doctor eagerly awaits the mission's results. As the team search for dead cockroaches, 2 members named Jen and Maria are puzzled by their absence on the moss. Suddenly, they encounter 3 strange creatures that resemble human-sized cockroaches armed with clubs. Frightened, they hide behind a rock. Meanwhile, Komachi and Nanao also come across one of these creatures while searching for dead cockroaches. Komachi is intrigued and waves at it, but the creature attacks Nanao, breaking her neck. It quickly flees, leaving Nanao lifeless in Komachi's arms. At that moment, Jen's team arrives and shares their encounter with Komachi. These creatures have also taken the life of Asuka. They rush back to the ship to inform the captain, only to discover that he was aware of the creatures from the beginning, as instructed by Dr. Honda. The captain reveals that the cockroaches sent 500 years ago have rapidly evolved due to radiation exposure, becoming stronger than humans. Suddenly, the doctor appears as a hologram and assures the team that they have nothing to fear. He has been preparing for this moment and has injections that will grant each member the superpowers of various insects by enhancing their DNA. With these unique abilities, they can combat the evolved cockroaches. However, the team members are reluctant to fight and instead want to abort the mission and return to Earth immediately. Unfortunately, their ship becomes surrounded by the creatures. One brave team member named God Lee steps up to divert the cockroaches while the others restart the craft. He goes outside and injects himself with the doctor's chemical. Instantly, his body undergoes a rapid mutation, turning him into a hybrid of human and ground beetles. Now, Lee can shoot flames out of his body like beetles do. With his new powers, Lee battles the powerful cockroaches, using his fire shooting ability. The force from the flames pushes the creatures back and burns them, but only their exoskeletons are damaged. Unfortunately, Lee is killed by a cockroach that quickly attacks him. Meanwhile, another cockroach breaks into the spaceship, killing 2 members and causing fear among the others. The captain injects himself with the drug, which triggers his evolution. His DNA mixes with that of bullet ants, giving him the ability to carry things 100 times his weight. The captain smashes the cockroach to the ground and kills it. The team celebrates briefly, but their happiness is short-lived as they notice a crowd of cockroaches approaching the ship on the radar. Realizing they cannot fight them all, everyone agrees to take off and return to Earth. However, when the lieutenant tries to start the ship, the engines malfunction and the system shuts down. It appears that someone has intentionally sabotaged the ship to prevent it from taking off. The captain quickly devises a plan. The team will go to Bugs 1 and gather the necessary parts to fix Bugs 2, while he fights the cockroaches. Everyone agrees, but Ichiro asks to stay with the captain and assist him. Before heading to the other ship, Komachi visits Nanao's corpse one last time. He notices strange strings coming out of her mouth, but doesn't think much of it. The team boards the Mars rover, which must navigate through a swarm of cockroaches. Tezuka, a team member, injects himself with the drug and evolves into a McLeod bug capable of shooting gas projectiles in the form of flames at high speeds. Using his power, Tezuka propels the Mars rover forward through the crowd of cockroaches. Meanwhile, the captain fights the cockroaches inside the ship with all his might, but more keep entering. He makes his way to the control room and vacuums out the oxygen, causing the cockroaches inside to suffocate and die. However, the lack of oxygen also harms the captain and Ichiro, causing them to fall to the ground. At the same time, the team in the rover sees a massive wave of millions of cockroaches approaching them. They strike the creatures and safely land on the other side. The group moves forward, but another, even larger wave of cockroaches approaches. Suka, Maria, and Osaku transform themselves into their hybrid versions to fight the creatures. However, the rover flips and crashes, leaving them and the members inside unconscious. The rover's autopilot takes them to the destination ship, and when they regain consciousness, they find themselves at Bugs 1. They enter the ship while 2 members guard the entrance. Mina runs a diagnostic and discovers that the ship is transmitting data to someone on Earth. Suddenly, they hear gunshots and find that the guards have been killed, with the cockroaches using the bugs' weapons to fight. Komachi, Jen, and Mina inject themselves with the drug, each transforming into powerful insect hybrids. They quickly defeat the cockroaches. In another scene, the doctor calls someone, and a cockroach on Mars answers. This particular cockroach can speak Japanese and communicates with the doctor. The doctor warns the cockroach to stay away from Komachi once he transforms because he is extremely dangerous. The cockroach then goes inside Bugs 2 and transforms into Asuka. It is revealed that she was on the doctor's side all along and can control the cockroaches' minds. She manipulates the insects to fight against each other, allowing her to survive. Asuka kills the captain and pours water into Ichiro's body, revealing that he has also been part of the plan from the beginning. His body has transformed into the Asian Coronamide, a creature that can survive in tough conditions and only needs water to reactivate. The doctor has assigned them on a mission to bring a cockroach egg back to Earth, so the Japanese government can breed them and strengthen their military. This was their main mission, and the cockroach elimination mission was just a trick. Ichiro and Asuka then take off in the ship with the egg. However, the egg starts hatching halfway through and gives birth to 2 evolved cockroaches. Asuka tries to control them with her power, but it doesn't work. These creatures are much more evolved than the others, making them the most powerful ones. They kill Asuka and call for their own kind to help. The surface cockroaches hear the call and fly to the ship. When a swarm of cockroaches latches onto the ship, it starts malfunctioning and crashes near Bugs 1. The evolved cockroaches come out of the ship and order the others to attack Komachi and the group. Komachi injects himself with another dose of the drug, accelerating his evolution. They have no trouble fighting the normal cockroaches, but the evolved ones are difficult to defeat. One of them kills Mina by ripping her arm off. Jin injects himself with the 2nd dose of the drug while Komachi is on his 3rd dose. With their enhanced powers, they quickly kill more cockroaches. However, the creatures are not backing down. Jin injects himself again and grows a pair of wings. Now the cockroaches fly in the sky and battle him. They attack in waves, and their numbers make it difficult to overcome. Eventually, Jin realizes that they need to defeat the evolved leaders to win. He injects himself multiple times with the drug, speeding up his transformation irreversibly. After that, he kicks one of the leaders and decapitates him with immense power. But now, he has exhausted all his powers and can't fight anymore. Komachi tries to defend Jin from the other leader, but is easily defeated. Before the leader can kill them, a magical glowing creature flies towards them. It spreads glowing dust all around as everyone watches in awe. The flying creature is Nanao, who has evolved into her final form. Komachi flies towards Nanao, but before he can reach her, one of the cockroaches fires at him. However, the dust Nanao had spread turns out to be tiny explosives that cause a series of explosions, taking out all the cockroaches. Jin flies away before the explosion reaches him and saves Komachi just in time. However, Nanao dies in the explosion. Later, Komachi wakes up and sees that Jin has completely transformed into an insect. Jin asks Komachi to leave him behind as this is his new life now. Komachi agrees and heads towards the ship. Before he can enter, he sees that the leader is still alive. He punches the weak cockroach, but shows mercy by sparing his life. Inside the ship, he finds Ichiro still alive. Ichiro saves Komachi's life by shooting the cockroach behind him. The two finally launch the escape pod and fly back to Earth as the cockroaches watch them. On Earth, the doctor realizes that Ichiro has hacked into their system and is broadcasting the whole encounter worldwide. The doctor's assistant panics upon learning that the Japanese government's secret is being exposed. However, the doctor remains calm and decides to sell all the bugs' data to other governments willing to buy them. The assistant aims her gun at the doctor, revealing herself as a spy for the Japanese government. But the doctor is prepared for the attack and avoids the bullet with a protective barrier. He then kills the assistant using a poison that was stored in the lab for emergencies. Back in the spaceship, Ichiro vows to expose everyone involved in the mission. When asked about his plans upon returning to Earth, Komachi states that he will create tombs in memory of everyone who died, and then return to Mars. That's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to watch more interesting recap videos. Thank you for watching.